Gonna give some time for people to come in. Give some time for everyone to come in. If you're watching the VOD, just know I appreciate my VOD watchers. The VOD is best served at night, right as you are about to fall asleep. Keep the video on for the entire time for that ad revenue. Yo, what's going on, JavaScript Josh? How you doing, bro? AI code editors, bro. It's the new rage. It really go crazy like that, bro. They're all selling shovels in a gold rush. I guess it works, you know? If there's a gold rush, you can't have a gold rush without shovels. So I guess their strategy kind of works, not gonna lie. This will be a nice short stream. Just wanted to go over everything with everyone. Mihai, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Pear AI is from Nang? Yes, I believe so. This is a second channel he has? This is a different dude. Where's his Alright, look at all the videos. AI code error editors are ruining tech. Why is it ruining tech? The Godot drama? I have not checked that one out. Drama everywhere? Yep.
Neodegrass.
This is the one.
Today's day 100.
Yo, not gonna lie, the video was fire, dude. The video he put out was actually insanely cool. I was a big fan of it. But there's a lot of stuff going on. TechCrunch, Pear AI. For those of you that have not heard, I'll do a whole summary once we start the stream once a bit more, once we give some time for people to come in. Have you guys heard of it? Have you guys been on Twitter and like looking at all this stuff by any chance? Or is Twitter VC startup land drama not that entertaining after all? To know I don't use AI tools, bro. The programmer in today's day and age that doesn't use AI tools is insane, bro. Copilot doesn't count, by the way. Hey, yo. I'm not on Twitter, but I heard of Pear AI. Where'd you hear about it? Yeah, today's stream was supposed to be like a regular coding stream, and then I changed the agenda up last minute. From that They Ruined Tech video? Okay, as a little prelude, I want to watch that video while we wait for some people to funnel in. Pear AI.
Okay,
This one?
so by now you have more than likely heard of AI code editors, whether you're using Copilot or something else. But if you haven't, then
Can you guys
I
hear it okay?
almost guarantee that you've seen this picture and this tweet by Code Frying Pan, aka Pan, flying around about him saying him
Let me know
and
if you can hear
his
it okay.
co-founder
The volume's
are
okay.
quitting their jobs to pursue
Nice, okay.
Pear
Yo, good to see you,
AI,
Steiner.
their startup, which is an open source AI code editor. Think a better
screen
Copilot
it?
or open source cursor. You've heard this spiel already. And so before I go into AI code
man, my
editors
face
as a
would've blocked
whole,
this.
I want to address this. When this was posted, there was a community
I'll
note
be-
that
I'll be,
basically
like, on
said
top
Pear
of it.
AI is basically just a fork of
What the fuck is Pear AI, bro?
Continue.dev.
We're gonna
Continue.dev
talk about
is
that
an
very soon.
amplified developers AI enhanced development code editor, which is a fork of VS Code. I hope you keep following. So Pear AI is a fork of Continue.dev, which is a fork off of VS Code. And a lot of people were saying that this was kind of
Okay, yeah. I don't know why that's such a novel thing to him, but like, yes, it's a Pear AI is a fork off Continue, which is a fork off VS Code. VS Code is open source. Like, there's tons of like different volumes too high. Let me turn it down. There's a ton of like different forks off VS Code. Like Cursor, I believe, is forked off VS Code. Continue is forked off it, and then Continue is sort of like a Cursor competitor, to my understanding. And then these guys forked Continue, which is already a fork, and then sort of rebranded it and got funding for it. So that's my initial understanding of the situation. We're gonna do a deep dive into it though. It's pretty funny.
disingenuous. That why
I'm already confused.
are they? Why is Y Combinator funding basically a double fork? What have they added? People are accusing them of stealing work.
A
stealing
double
commits.
fork. Bro said a double fork.
And I have to admit, it was a really bad look. It did not look good for this announcement. Now, there's a really good post here by Pear Richardson, which kind of gives his take on the whole VS Code Continue Pear AI YC drama. It gives, he was in W19 YC, and he basically said it's a bad look for everyone involved.
Dude, W19, that's crazy. I interviewed in person for WYC and I didn't get in. I might have been like friends with this guy if I got in like 5 years ago. That's crazy.
For having kind of a fork of a fork.
Why are they getting heat? Don't even worry, bro. We're going to dive into all the juicy drama
Is
here.
next level uncertainty. To make it in open source, you need strong open source ethics. You're looking to build a community. Starting day one saying it's ours now is crazy disrespectful. This is in relation to a commit that the Pear AI team did when they forked Continue.dev, and they basically just removed all instances of Continue.dev from the.
Let's see if we could, hold on, Pear AI GitHub. Where's the, holy fuck. Yeah, I guess there's 121,000 commits because it's just forked. Are any of you guys a big fan of open source stuff? I want to get to the point where they just started fork it. Was this it? Is this it? Is this like the part where they forked it? Right here, I think. May 21st? That sounds about right. If I remember correctly. Yeah, so I'm not hugely aware of like all the rules with like open source stuff and like, all the different licenses. To my understanding, Apache is like the big, like, this is open source, anyone can use it, anyone can brand it, anyone can enterprise it type of thing. And to give you guys a little teaser of all the drama before we jump straight into it, one of the things a lot of people are complaining about is the fact that when they forked it, they edited the license using apparently ChatGPT, and they turned it from the Apache license into the enterprise one, which is apparently illegal. If anyone understands like why that's such, like, it's like a bad look. It's like you're taking something open source and then changing it, but then saying that like, yeah, this is ours now. I don't know too much of the implications, but we're gonna get into it. But it looks like this is right where they started. So around May, they started contributing to this thing. Or they forked it, rather. Yeah, I thought like the "it's ours now" might have been a reference to an actual commit message that they wrote. But it doesn't look like it. It does not look like it is. Apache 2 is almost as free, but you have to keep original authors' credits somewhere human readable for and not blurred. Okay, that makes sense. And MIT, I'm guessing you could just strip everything out of it, right? Like if something's covered under an MIT license, you could just take that, remove any mention, all the commit history of anything that the previous owner, I'm guessing. Is that somewhat accurate? Okay, let's get back to this guy's video. Once we finish this guy's video, we'll do a proper intro.
Now, that seems like just a raunchy joke amongst team members, but when you keep the entirety of the commit history in true open source fashion, and you make an announcement like this that gets this much traction and 7.5 million views, people are going to see that, and people are going to be rightfully upset. Now, Pan did make
Wait, why? Why did he say people are going to be upset about that?
From the code and replace it with Pear.
Saying it's ours now is crazy. He quoted that, which makes me think that like that's actually coming
AI
from somewhere.
Commit. Now, that seems like just a raunchy joke amongst team members, but when you keep the entirety of the commit history in true open source fashion, and you make an announcement like this that gets this much traction and 7.5 million views, people are going to see that, and people are going to be rightfully upset. Now, Pan did make a follow-up of him basically explaining everything, and basically an apology, saying that, it is a double fork and they should have been more transparent when describing it.
Double fork.
Their intentions were never to rip off
double fork.
Continue.dev or VS Code, saying that they screwed up. Another thing
would be great satire? If somebody just forked Pear AI, called it like Orange AI. I think someone did something like that, calling it like Blueberry AI or some shit, right? That'd be hilarious.
So there's a huge post about the license and a comment that Pan did regarding it. I'm referring to this, so YC backed startup can't be bothered with legal. You can see here, you illegally relicensed Pear to an enterprise non-open source license called Pear Enterprise Edition. And then Frying Pan, the co-founder, said, "Dog, I chat GPT the license. Anyone is free to use our app for free, whatever they want. If there's a problem with the license, just let me know. I'll change it." So very bad luck. This I think is the biggest issue. And Pan did go and just say, yeah, we messed up. That's on us. And he continues to say that also adding the fact that they're leaving like a high-paying salary may have rubbed people the wrong way. I could see that, but to be honest, I think just the community notes around this post and the sheer feedback they got was pretty crazy. And you can see here there's a huge threat to open source software. Anyone can rip off another open source company. Anyways, so that's...
Yeah. This guy's a good recap of it, I suppose. It gets more crazy with YC stuff, but let's go ahead and like start our own deep dive into this, okay? I'm gonna film a YouTube intro, so if anyone here wants to be in the YouTube video, now's the time to spam hello YouTube as normal, as usual. Now is the time to start spamming hello YouTube. Let me find the original tweet. Here we go. You can fork as Democrat for big projects, kind of authoritarian like Linux kernel. True. Okay. If you have not already heard by now, If you have not already heard by now, there is some big drama in startup land. There is a new company on the block called Pear AI, which is yet another code AI editor. And these guys are getting a lot of shit on Twitter for an announcement they made just yesterday. For an announcement they made a couple of days ago that got over 7.9 million views to date. Hey, YouTube, become a member, subscribe to Anthony. I'm new here. Yo, welcome. Essentially what happened was these guys got into Y Combinator and made a big announcement post about their company getting in. And this guy, Frying Pan, mentions that he quit his $270K job at Coinbase to join YC's first fall batch. And yeah, basically what they're making is something similar to Cursor if you haven't used it yet. It's essentially, let me go to the homepage. It is essentially an AI code editor, which is a fork off VS Code, but also a fork off of another AI code editor called Continue.dev, which we'll get into. And allows you to do things like add multiple files in context, talk to ChatGPT straight in VS Code, create files, modify files, all from this interface. It's always funny AF to watch me do callouts for promo codes. Yeah. It makes editing so much easier, dude. Especially the hello YouTube things, because when I'm editing and I'm going through Premiere Pro, I can like skip through the timeline and see when all the hello YouTube stuff starts, and then it makes it like super easy. But yeah, these guys landed themselves in a ton of controversy. We're going to go over all the different sides of this here. So first of all, let's read the original post. They talk about launching 3 weeks ago and having 300 daily active users. They explicitly mentioned they're a fork of VS Code. And yeah, just some marketing stuff where they talk about people have 5x their development speed. They mentioned they're better than Copilot due to not being restricted by OpenAI models, and we're open source compared to Cursor. So that's sort of like the thing they keep holding over Cursor's head when people ask them what makes them different. The fact that they are open source is supposed to be like their trump card over them. Yeah, the double fork. They go into talking about why open source matters a lot for AI code editors. The big differentiators being the UI UX, trust, transparency, which we'll get back to in a second. Community support, and of course, distribution. Whatever happened to Devin? Didn't they like die because some guy like they faked their demo or some shit and then they got exposed and just fucking died? They also mentioned there's other open source AI editors, so why use Pear instead? And then they mentioned Pear AI, currently has the most active open source community out of them. 49% of all its commits are made by contributors. And yeah, they also mentioned that the founders are open source. That is because one of the founders is actually a fellow YouTuber. You might have heard of him. His name is Nang. And the video he actually released with the open source... And the video he actually released with the pairing of this Twitter post was actually quite an entertaining video. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. HR will call you soon. Your neural implant says you like YC too much. Dude, I am a YC fanboy. Did you look at Pythagorean AI yet? It's devil but real? What does that mean? What does that mean? It's devil but real. That kind of spooks me, bro. And yeah, as soon as they posted that Twitter thread, it sort of took like a life of its own. Oh, it's like Devin. I see. I might have a stream where I like try out all these different like AI tools and stuff like that. Because there's just such a big backlog of like tools to check out. The launch went viral, 1,000 comments on Sunday. Okay, chat, let's dig in here. Let's dig in here. So did they mention here continue? Pear AI is a fork of VS Code and Continue, so you'll feel right at home. Let's check out continue. What I'm sort of confused. What the fuck did I just go to? Okay. Continue GitHub AI. Is this the same continue we're looking at? Yes. Now, I think to understand all this drama, we have to understand that there's another AI code editor here called Continue, which is also open source. And that is actually one of the things that Pear AI forked. So essentially, it is what's called a double fork. They forked a fork of VS Code, and the fork of VS Code that they forked is called Continue. Isn't AI supposed to be decentralized? Is it? Did OpenAI say that? Do they have like a demo? Like, is there an actual continue demo? Okay. Holy shit, this site is laggy when I'm streaming. So sad, I really like Nang videos. So sad, I really like Nang videos. Well, hold on. Let's dig a bit deeper here. Cause I'm not ready to be like, you know, this guy is like terrible. Like, I can't believe he did that. I want to like actually explore and understand the entire situation here. Yeah, do they have a Twitter? I wonder if they've said anything yet about the whole situation. Honestly, some great publicity right now for Continue. It seems like what happened here was after they forked.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is
Like, this guy has like some decent followers, and it seems like they made a video 3 months ago when they started on the stuff. I'm guessing that's how they got the majority of their open source contributors. And it doesn't seem like Continue is that big. So I can see them having more contributors than Continue, just like off the bat. It doesn't look like they have as much attention on them. At least definitely not anymore. Yeah, wow. Didn't Nang commit say it's... So I tried to find that commit. It's ours now, Pear AI. I wonder if I could find the statement somewhere. Yeah, people are like... I can't find any of the commits that say that. Oh, holy shit. These are the only commits that the actual founders have made. That's kind of nuts. Holy shit. Okay, that's quite interesting, actually. Let me go back to that Hacker News thread. Holy shit. That's crazy. I don't think you can delete commits from history. I think like when you fork, you can choose how you want the commits to appear. But yeah, wow. Okay, we need to organize this so we can like come up with a decent video here, guys. Fuck. What was the last thing I left up on? Michael Seibel responded. Some guy really. I don't understand why people do this. Okay, he gave like a giant response here, and some guy in the comments was just like, "I'm not reading all of that." How did this get likes? Who's out here liking this? Change a keyboard shortcut. Manually set font size in 3 places, but remove the variable that would still be valid in 2 places. Yo, this is actually pretty fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This is like kind of nuts. That's who doesn't read all that. Don't ask me about documentation. Okay. Where's all the... I need to find all the fucking hate posts. All the people like shitting on them. If this was true and don't these guys have too much of this? If this was all true and international, don't these guys have too much to lose? In what sense? Like, I don't think they have much to lose, right? They just forked a project, made some changes to it, got a bunch of people to like contribute to it, open source. Oh, intentional. Yeah, I don't think they did anything illegal other than the license thing at the beginning, which they said was a mistake. Like, I don't know how legal action gets taken on that, or like whether you can take legal action on that. Yeah. Okay, let's organize our stuff here. So we have first. We have the original post, right? We have the original post. There's like 2 or 3 other posts. We'll do this one, the community note. All right, bro. Steinerd, take it easy, my friend. I'll stay with VS Code until Zed supports all my favorite extensions. If you can fork it, it's yours. Don't fucking kill me, bro. All right. Yeah, this is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. If you're looking for commit history, be sure to check this, please. Is this supposed to be like some meme? Oh, I see. He's saying the Pear AI submodules were like, but that's what all this commit history links to, right? Are just branding related, according to the Hacker News, like quite a bit. If you think these commits are bad, wait till you see mine. Okay, so where's his note on the community note? he like claps back about the community note, right? Yeah, this one, right? Okay, so we have the community note. We're gonna talk about why C. Let's close all these links. We move fast and broke things where small indie hackers defense have been popping up lately in various contexts. Can you guys read these? The whole incident started because they got venture capital for their fork, and we were in a startup accelerator for several months. That's not moving fast or being indie. I gotta be careful about what I say because, like, I also want to get into YC, and like, I also see the value in like moving fast and breaking things, but I'm trying to like understand where to draw the line with like all the stuff that they've done. Gary Tan. Where he made a response to all of this. Where is it? I retweeted about it. Understand. Yes, maybe here we can follow the thread. Cursor didn't just fork, they added LLMs. The influencer founder humble brag victory lap strategy for product. God damn. God, I really hope I don't find myself in one of these types of situations in the future. Shit's crazy. Either way, it's free marketing for them. Yeah, there's one guy's post that I'm specifically trying to find. Okay, there's this one. And there's another one. The satire. I am late. Daniel, don't worry, bro. We're not too far in. You can rest assured. My commit messages usually have nothing to do with code. I use the dad choke. Yeah, when I'm working on my startups or like private repos and stuff like that, I also do the same. Where's the main post that was shitting on them like really heavily? Pear AI grifter claimed to be making $500,000 a year at Tesla as a new grad engineer. God, what a fucking loser. Dude, the wall is like collapsing on tech influencers. My brethren. I think Pear AI should at least get a domain name. They can also hide their domain name. Holy shit. What's up, Bartek? Let's see. When will you release the new portfolio review highlight? I edited the third one. I'm going to post that maybe like on Thursday. And then next week's maybe on Tuesday or something. Yeah, I'm like behind on it. They're all edited and done, but I was waiting for like sponsors to get back to me because I wanted to like throw a sponsorship in one. So yeah. Holy shit, man. People are not happy. Yeah, dude, I want to find that original fucking Pear AI tweet. Mango AI. Thoughts on Vegas Pro? I used to use it when I was a kid, but Premiere Pro is a lot better. And I hate Adobe and products, but I'm like a Premiere Pro guy. Banana AI. Holy shit. Okay. Well, any advice for learning 3D graphics? I've never learned 3D graphics myself, so it is hard to give advice. Pear AI, legal, open source. Man. How is Twitter search so bad? I click top and like I'm getting stuff from like 24 minutes ago with no engagement as the first result. Pear AI illegal x.com. Okay, here's the thing everyone's fucking complaining about. Here's the thing everyone's been complaining about. The "it's ours now" commit message. Thank you. Okay. I think we have enough here. I think we have enough to continue. Didn't know it was an actual comment. Yeah, I guess so. Everyone's like in outrage about it. Fuck. I like messed up the ordering on all my stuff. Whatever. The community note and then his response to the community note. People trolling him. More people trolling him. Gary Tan defending him. This guy from YC defending him. More people trolling him. Where's his apology? He posted like a big apology, right? This is it, right? This is the apology. Okay. Shit. Well, YC pull funding? No, they definitely will not pull funding. I don't know how like the legalities of stuff like that works, but I don't think they can. But okay. Back to the video. Tino, good to see you again, bro. And yeah, shortly after the thread went viral, they got a community note for not mentioning that they are a fork of continue.dev. But the community note later got removed because they actually did. But the community note later got removed because they actually did mention it somewhere. Because they actually did mention it. And Frying Pan actually fuck. Got hired with my portfolio. Yo, Tino, congrats, bro. That's awesome. Just got to the stream. What's happening? We are looking at the big controversy that has been happening in startup land around Pear.AI. And they responded to the community note saying that it was. And they responded to the community note saying that that simply wasn't true. They've mentioned that they're a fork of VS Code and Continue since day one, and it's in their first line of the GitHub description about it. And they also kept all the commit history, so nothing would get lost. And he also pointed back to one of the YouTube videos he released 3 months ago when he first started it, mentioning that it was a fork of Continue. So yeah, that community note got removed. And then things got interesting. People started digging into their contribution history. You can see here on the main open source application, they have a note here saying like, yeah, if you're looking for commit history, make sure you check out the Pear AI submodule repo and not the main just VS Code clone repo. And it turns out that's exactly what people actually decided to do. A lot of people on Hack4, a lot of people on the news.y Combinator site actually looked into it and filtered the authors to the 2 co-founders of the company. And yeah, if you scroll through it, it is really not a lot that they have actually contributed to this since they actually forked the project and created it. And as a lot of people like to point out, a lot of the changes they did make were changes with things like text, dates, and really small things like hotkeys and nothing actual big and functional about it. Yo, Bilal, good to see you, bro. And that, of course, sparked an entire discussion on whether or not how many lines of codes you've done is actually substantial to what you're doing for a project or not. But yeah, some people are even like trashing them for the types of changes they made, like setting font size, like changing the font size in 3 places, but like changing the font size in 3 different places, but then removing the variable that would still make it valid in 2 places, and making error messages longer. And of course, the whole Coinbase comment they made in the original post about leaving his job and stuff like that. Fuck, where's the original? And of course the whole Coinbase, and of course the whole 280K Coinbase job thing rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Did you update Arc, the security vulnerability? My Arc, I think, is like at the most updated thing, so hopefully. I did not hear about that though. Pear AI Apache x.com. And the other big thing about what they did was they ChatGPT'd the license. So they actually changed it from an Apache 2.0 license to an enterprise license. And they later said that it was a big mistake because they just had ChatGPT do it. And that is apparently illegal. But people are criticizing this, saying that this is part of the whole move fast and break stuff culture. Yet they got a bunch of funding and it sort of doesn't make sense to be able to make. Yet they got a bunch of funding and a ton of open source people on board to try and help them, which sort of goes against that principle. Okay. Now, the current CEO of Y Combinator weighed in, saying he doesn't understand why people are dragging a new project when it's literally open source Apache license. That's the reason why open source is awesome. And people were like, well, actually it's enterprise, but then Gary was like, no, it's Apache, and that's simply just because of a misunderstanding. They had it enterprise at the beginning because of the ChatGPT thing, and then later changed it to Apache. And in my opinion, as Gary rightfully points out, they're changing how they're talking about this, and they like sort of realize their mistake. And they're trying to fix it. And the founder actually came out and made a giant apology post. First of all, he mentioned how everyone helped them understand that what they did, that their announcement was haphazard as best, and at worst offensive to the open source community. He talks about the two big mistakes he made. And acknowledges the double fork of continue/VS Code. And the first mistake was that they were not clear about it. They were just The first mistake was that they were not clear about it. They just wanted to start off by launching something quickly. But they realized by forking something that other people made and hardly changing anything about it and branding it as their own, it sort of looked bad. And of course, the second mistake is that they ChatGPT the license, which changed it from Apache to Enterprise. And of course, at the end, he mentions that the whole mention of the 270K Coinbase job quitting thing was sort of a mistake. Was sort of something that he put in there because he was excited about it. He mentions that he grew up in pretty poor circumstances, so it was a big deal to him to quit a job like that, and he wanted to mention it, but it came off as a bit arrogant. And he is sorry about it. And moving forward, he's going to be talking about things sort of differently, so yeah. He got a lot of support from people, but and in general, he got a lot of support for this apology, but a lot of backlash as well, just because people on Twitter are usually always angry about something, whether you apologize for what you did wrong or doing something wrong or doing something right, but then not admitting it was right. Mostly because people on Twitter, no matter what you do, will not be happy about anything. Like half the comments were talking about how long the apology was, which is like kind of a weird thing to nitpick. Yo, from India, yo. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. And there were some cool, interesting people that weighed in on the situation, like this guy named Pear, who was in the Winter 19 batch of YC. And yeah, his takes are essentially, it is a bad look for everyone involved. He, in general, doesn't see funding forks or even double forks as a good strategy for VCs to do. Yeah, 500K is a pre-seed investment, and his honest guess is that the team will probably work on something else very soon if it doesn't work out, which I guess you could say that for anything. Sorry I missed the last stream, bro. Don't worry about it at all. If you got stuff to do, you got your life to live, bro. I'll be here. Don't even worry about it. And yeah, if you want to do something that is open source, start off by building it yourself and only fork it if the initial person that built and only fork it if the original repo is sort of gone to shit. But yeah, these are some good takes. I think in my opinion, everything that they did was sort of a bit rushed and excitable. And as a tech influencer and founder myself, I understand where they came from, like a lot of what they did. Personally, I don't think everyone complaining about what YC did by funding them has any real basis. At the end of the day, it is Y Combinator's money, and they have found success in investing in and they have found success investing in founders. And a lot of the times those founders don't even have an idea, or in a lot of cases, they'll come in with an idea and immediately pivot. So a lot of people saying like, oh, you're funding a fork of a fork. Some people get funding without code at all. Yo, Vishwash, thank you, bro. Oh man, I appreciate that. I appreciate the donation. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. The support from India is awesome, man. I love it. And yeah, I mean, there are some things that I can see rubbing people the wrong way, like the Coinbase thing, and also the fact that they made a GitHub commit and they added like sort of and they added sort of like a sour joke saying it's ours now, despite like changing like the most minuscule thing possible. And yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like my commit messages are perfect. I can see why this rubbed people the wrong way. And there are some people that have come out and been like, yeah, they're getting way too much hate. And I agree. I do not think they should be getting this much hate. I think what they did was just publicly launch something. If they didn't get any attention on Twitter and told this story 1 year from now when the company got successful, I don't think anyone would have batted an eye. Irrelevant, but what is your ethnicity? I'm half Trinidadian, half Italian. A lot of people are also coming at them because they fund. A lot of people are also attacking YC because they funded a bunch of different AI code editors, but that's sort of what you do as a VC, right? Especially as big as Y Combinator, you attract people that are really ambitious and want to work on a lot of things. I think I would also, if I had the capital, diversify by putting my eggs in multiple baskets. I think every VC does this. I don't think this is some novel concept, and I have no idea why people all of a sudden have a problem with it. And yeah, to everyone upset about the licenses, I guess. And yeah, the whole licensing situation is kind of bad, but they did fix it, and I don't think they like gained anything from having the wrong license there in the first place. It is a bit reckless, and they did move fast, and I think the apology they gave was warranted. But at the end of the day, I think for the amount of hate they're getting, it's sort of like really weird. I think Twitter just likes to really tear people down in general. And the 7.9 million views that they got on the post is probably a lot more helpful than detrimental to what they're actually do. So I do wish them the best of success. Yeah, not a good look for everyone involved, especially the people on Twitter and the founders. But at the end of the day, like, this is what making a startup is. People make mistakes. You can't expect them to do like every single little due diligence at the beginning. I feel like there's very few developers in general that understand how open source works. And yeah, they could have done more research while going into it. But at the end of the day, they're trying to just make something and put something together and move quickly. And their mistakes, and they fixed their mistakes, came clean about it. I mean, what more could you really ask for them? As a dev, what advice or suggestion would you give to UI UX designer? Are you like someone that's going into a developer, or just in general, what would I say to a like UX UI designer? This is a no PR is bad PR type of situation. I agree with that. You know, they give me fruit to eat. No, I forgot what fruit tastes like. Eat pears on Pear Rick Ross. Holy shit, is that an actual Rick Ross verse? That's fucking hilarious. Dude, Ricky acting out as usual. Where's the... yeah, but But yeah, by far some of my favorite things to come out of this whole situation are the memes that have been created. For example, this guy announced that he was creating Blueberry AI, which is a fork of Pear, which is a fork of Continue, which is a fork of VS Code. So his investor so his DMs are open for investors for the triple fork. And yeah, some of these memes are just like pretty funny. And that's pretty much about it. That's the TLDR of the whole controversy. It's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, boys. What are your thoughts on the situation? What are your thoughts here? Probably going to end stream early today. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a regular code stream, if anyone wants to tune in for that, by the way. Dude, I just realized I recorded all of that like for the stream because I wanted to make a YouTube video on it. And then I forgot to actually record it on my OBS. So I'm going to have to, after the stream, do all of that all over again. Holy shit. Oh, content, bro. Content. Scuffed stream, boys. All right, I'm going to end it here. I will be live tomorrow. We're just going to be doing a regular code stream tomorrow. And then Thursday, we'll have yet another portfolio review. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I think it's okay because it's a startup. Yeah, like I think these mistakes are bound to happen. Like every startup founder can't be expected to be like some legal guru or something like that, right? Yo, Axarax, good to see you, bro. But yes, thank you guys for watching. Bye.